look so chocolate and so scrumptious. Now, listen, everybody, welcome back for another episode of Royalty. I am your host, Derek F, aka Big D. We are here to recap Survivor Episode 3, and how could I not get the icon, the legend, Couture to come in and be a part of this moment with me. And she looks so like a goddess, such a chocolate goddess. And also, she's also my sister, because, you know, she's a part of the LGBT plus Q community.
Always been.
And I don't think anyone knew.
I know.
Why did you hide it from us?
Blame CBS.
I don't know.
It was out in crowd, but you know what it is? They really didn't want to show my full self until they got to my backstory, it felt like.
You know what? They were late with your story. I was like this. I'm like, where's she at? Because I know the whole time. I know the whole time you had your targets. And I was like, that's the only time I saw you when it was time for your targets. But I was like, what? Why did we so late?
Like you were just like, we know she's going to go far in the game and we can drop all of this stuff later. And it kind of, you know, it was good and bad for me. But yeah, I'm a proud member. I'm a proud family member. And I need people to know it too, because I'm like, how often do you have 3 career women on one season of Survivor, and of the 3 of us, me, Kelly, and Sabaya, I'm the only one that's single. So
wait, yes, we need to make that announcement. I cannot believe you are so. Now you know what, Tiff will get me, but listen, I'm gay. But if I was on the other side, I'll be trying to spit some game at you, because this is wild that you're single. I can't get over it.
I know. I have high standards.
Girl, don't we all? Now, listen, you did Survivor 45, okay?
Yes.
You came in, if I'm correct, is it 4th place? Yes. Or what do we call it?
4th place, yeah. 4th place.
Okay, 4th place. You were also Sia's favorite, okay? She gave you a nice, pretty check. Okay, hopefully it went into savings. If not, I could give you my bank account.
Blasted out loud and was like, yeah, give me some money. I'm like,
I'm just saying, like, hey, just buy me a burger or 2 from McDonald's. I mean,
how to survive in this economy.
Girl, I can't imagine. Now, what have you been up to? Like, tell everybody what you've been up to since Survivor. Of course, like, I would love for the fans to know.
Well, I'm in this like really exciting period where I'm just like sharing more of who I am. So, on the show, like, I told my backstory, even though it took them forever to get there. And I think it's because it took me a long time to be comfortable to say it, right? So I ended up sharing this really monumental part of myself. I shared that I was in the cult growing up. I shared that I was a child bride growing up. Things I hadn't said out loud in 20 years. Literally. Hadn't told anybody in 20 years. And so what I've been doing now is just really taking in that moment. I was like, oh, this is such a random story. No one's going to understand this. No one is going to resonate with it. And then I had thousands of people reaching out to me, messaging me, telling me, I understand. Like, I may have not been raised in a cult, and I may not have been a child bride, but I understand religious trauma. I had my panic attack on TV because I got a letter from my mom. I had so many people being like, I'm no contact with the parent. And so I'm really working on how to take my story and just keep spreading it to keep empowering and helping other people. Yeah. So I'm taking a break from like being in the, actual law firm every day after day. I'm a civil rights lawyer. That's my passion. That's always going to be the first thing I do is prioritize advocating for Black rights no matter what. But I feel like there's a way that I can still support us by continuing to share my story and helping other people share theirs. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, Annalise Keating. Come on, Olivia Pope. Okay, because I need to call you. I know I'm going to be in trouble all the time. Now, listen.
Do not get in trouble.
Speaking of laws, I mean, with TikTok getting banned and all soon, do you have any feedback on that? I think this is, the most bizarre thing. I have ever
actually
seen
watched
besides
that.
the rigged votes when Trump was running. But this is bizarre to me.
I don't think it's bizarre. I think that people have either been unwilling or unable to take a look at what's really happening in American politics. And that's been a huge censoring of ideas. That's been going on for so long. I mean, a lot of times it affects us in our community first, so people don't notice it, right? How many black books got banned this year? How many books got banned by black authors? Then we got critical race theory not being able to be spoken about in schools. Our country has been going in a direction of we do not want to spread truth and information. And what is the biggest platform that you use to get truth and information? TikTok.
TikTok,
You
yeah,
go on
Katori, you're
TikTok.
right.
Anything you didn't know, now you know how to do it. Anything
That's
you need to
true.
learn about, now you know how to do it. So it feels very in line
Yeah.
with what's happening with the restriction of women's access to reproductive care. Like, we are leading towards a Handmaid's Tale reality, and it's terrifying as hell, which is why I had to like step away from all of that and just be like, what if I just, go on an island?
Girl, I don't blame you. It just disappeared.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy how you forget? Like, you really, when you're in the game, I don't think people get it. You really do forget a little bit that you got a life at home for a second. You might think about family here and there or some friends, but I forgot about everything. I forgot about my responsibilities.
Really? You did?
Girl, I forgot. Oh, I had to do 3.5 months, so I forgot about car payments,
y'all were in there for so long.
student loans. I forgot about everything. So when it was time to come home, my mom was like this, and I was like, she's like, "What? Pay me," and I was like, "How much I owe you?" And she added it up. I was like, "Yeah." Yes, but listen, okay. Now I was actually today just for shits and giggles.
Okay.
Now look at you getting worried.
No,
I was watching your episode today, and my favorite part is watching you sit there and say, "What's the best thing to do than to just ask somebody else who's a lawyer just more questions about why they're a lawyer?" And piping Jake up, I was just let me tell you something. If you have not seen Survivor 44, okay?
45.
I'm sorry, 45.
Oh
See,
my
I'll be
God,
fucking shit up. I'll be fucking shit up. That's why you're here. This is why I need a co-host. 45.
Oh my
You
God.
have to go watch it, guys, because it is just watching
It's
you.
monumental.
It was, oh my God. You kept me so glued to the screen, and
Thank
I
you.
just wanted you to win so badly.
Yeah.
It was insane. Like,
It's
I was.
crazy that's what I get a lot. A lot of people are like, I just wanted you to win so much.
Yes.
You were
Oh.
right there. And I was like, I wanted me to win so much. I know I was right there. My bank account tells me you were right there.
Girl, you telling me I'm looking at this black-haired, bald-ass bitch on vacation with his future wife right now, and I'm like, damn, I can't afford gas, and this nigga's
Wait,
all the
who
way
are
up
you
in
talking
here.
about?
Xavier, the lawyer.
See, that's y'all own extra tea, okay? Now, I did go back. I will say this. I was actually thinking about texting you this because
Oh my God, why? What did I do wrong?
right before my season aired in September,
Okay.
I watched Big Brother, and I went back to watch y'all season, the cookout season. Yeah, so I just learned about all the Big Brother stuff. And you know what made me watch it was so crazy is, well, I already knew I wanted to watch the season with the cookout.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I gotta find whatever season that was. And then
Yep.
I fell in love with Derek and Claire from Amazing Race. And I was like,
Okay.
gotta
Yep.
figure out whatever season they're on.
Oh.
And then what was the third thing? Oh, I forgot. Oh, I was watching The Challenge, and Tiffany was on The Challenge. And I was like, I gotta figure out what's going on with Tiffany. So everybody was like, you need to go watch her on Big Brother. And then all three of those things were in one season.
Girl, we had the
Yes.
we had the season of the gamers. Like,
It was
we
an
were.
amazing season.
Yeah, like we were like cutthroat. Like, our seasons, it seemed like everybody got pulled to go do other shows. Like, we were like strategists. Like, we were a strategy season. So
Yeah,
it's been
yeah.
so hard to watch since our season. Like, we'd be looking for strategy, and sometimes
yeah,
it feels
yeah.
like a clusterfuck sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm just listen. Before we could talk all night because I know
I
me
know.
and you can
I'm like,
talk all
I'm
night.
sorry. I know we're getting all off
Let's
topic.
and let's get to the episode tonight,
Yes.
okay?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Tonight's episode, and let me make sure you know I got my notes. I can see my notes too, okay?
Dang. Okay. Okay.
My tonight's episode was called Wackadoodle Wins.
Okay.
I don't know why it was called that. I might have missed something. Maybe I
I
missed
was gonna
something in
say
the episode.
it's got to be connected to Banu. Either he said it or somebody said it about him.
Let me ask you, Katora, what do you feel about Banyu? What do you think? Do you think that you and Banyu would have got along in the same tribe? Because I think about how Bruce got on your nerves. So I wonder how Banyu would have done for you.
I was actually thinking about this while I was watching the episode, and I was like, I wish I had a Banu. Bruce didn't get on my nerves. Bruce was disrespectful and treated me poorly, and I didn't like that. And
Yes,
I
I
had no
get that.
outlet to express that, so I
Yes.
really expressed it in my confessionals.
Yes.
Banu feels like he's the perfect person to have on your tribe because he needs a leader. He wants a leader. He is, not in a negative way, but like there's sheep and then there's the shepherd.
Of
And
course.
I want to be led. And so I see that with him and Q, right? Q is like, let me grab you up. You need a coach? He's like, yeah, coach, tell me what to do. And I'm like, I would love somebody like that because that person, you show them that you really care about them, and then they're loyal to you. You got it. That's a permanent number right beside you the whole time.
Girl, you right about that. You
And
right about
I
that.
didn't have a number my whole time in the game. So yeah, I would have loved if I knew.
But listen, it don't matter because what you did was iconic by yourself, and that
Thank
really
you.
shows a really good game player. So we get into tonight's episode. We start with, and keep in mind, let me tell you now, girl, these names are probably botched. I give everybody a fair warning. This is Big D Survivor. This ain't your regular Rob podcast and Bryce and Wendell Purple podcast where everything is correct. No, you getting the butcher down, bro. Okay.
We're getting the that's okay.
Yes. So we start with Yenyu, okay?
Okay.
Which is the purple tribe. And as I
Yeah.
tell my class, we go by colors. The colors are orange, purple, and green.
Yeah.
So we start with, Benyu. He's talking about how he's confused about Jessica going home and, this idol. He's also freaking out because he knows, like, these three are working against him. And I'm giving this emotion because this is how he is very, like, these three are against me, and I don't know what to do, and I gotta find an idol. I don't know what's going on, and I just don't know because it's all three of them against me, and I really need to be here. Like he starts out the
But I
episode
will
like
say,
this.
In his defense, they did just pull the okie doke on Jess. He had no idea. He's completely shocked, and now he's thinking, if they did it to her, why couldn't they do it to me?
That's true. I mean, I can't knock him for his emotions. He's a very emotional person,
Yeah.
and he just wouldn't, like I said, he can't. He's not like a what do they call it? A silent killer. He would
Oh,
never
no.
be a silent killer. He's like in your face. Okay. He's talking to Kenzie about staying. He's like, I really want to stay. What can I do? And he gives her this analogy that Kenzie's like this mermaid, but when you look behind her, she has a dragon tail. So I thought that was very funny.
I think
Q.
it's accurate too, though.
Oh yeah, Kenzie couldn't.
I'm obsessed with Kenzie and Tiffany. These are like on this tribe. These are the people I'm obsessed with. Like her eyes, that red hair, that pretty face, girl. That she's risky. She's hella dangerous.
I agree, and guess what? She better go get that on the shirt. She better be doing some marketing and selling them at these Survivor events. Because I would buy that shirt, a picture of her saying, "I'm a mermaid, but I have a dragon
Like a
tail."
dragon tail. Yeah.
Love that. Okay, now Kenzie, I will say this sidebar. I would see through Kenzie's BS, so she would have to work with me.
Yeah.
She couldn't work against me, and as soon as she works at anything, I would be like, she gotta go.
Yeah.
Q says to Banyu they could work together, okay? He's like, he wants Banyu to stay. He wants to, like you said, coach. I'm here to coach. I'm here to be the savior. Now, I'm not going to lie. I do like Q, okay? Q is, I knew we were going to disagree on this one. But we can get into it a little bit later. Okay, let me keep going. Okay.
I don't dislike him, by the way. Let me just be clear.
No, this is just our opinions. I don't think yes, I don't think that we don't know these people.
I'll tell you if I dislike somebody. I'm not afraid of disliking somebody, obviously.
I think we know.
I think we know.
I think we know. Okay, so we get to Siga, as I call it, the Green Tribe, decides to go on an idol hunt, like a whole field trip of students going on the idol hunt. It feels like they always saying in the green screen, this is so fake, because it's like no one really wants to find the idol in front of people, okay? Mm-hmm. Jamila, actually, if I said that correctly, Jamila finds the idol in front of Charlie. Charlie didn't even see it. That girl moved so damn quick and grabbed that idol, it was insane. So then she has to, in the middle of the night, after she reads it, of course, it's the same thing that we've been seeing each episode. The idol, it's in a box. You got to do a task. Yep. You dig it up. You lose your vote. Your team has to lose an immunity challenge in order for you to get your vote back. Okay. Then we cut to Orange Tribe, which is Nami.
Wait. Can I say something?
Yes, please go back. Yes.
So, things that piss me off. First, that idol was way easier to find than any idol my entire season. Maybe Bruce's idol. I feel like they just gave it to him. But literally, you saw how it was in the tree, and then the idol was a contrasting color. So it was like, a whiter paper, and it's against a darker green tree or something.
Yes.
Like, it stood out. You could see it. I don't know how Charlie missed it, but it was really obvious, and I was like, that was the first thing that came to my mind is I wonder if they said, let's make it a little bit easier to find them on this tribe or something. I don't know.
Can I be honest?
Easier one. What?
I agree with you, but Tiffany's was hard to find.
I was gonna say Tiffany's was hard. I agree with you with that. Tiffany's
I remember she was running.
Harder. Yeah. Hers was way harder but this one felt really easy though, didn't it?
It did, because it was just sticking up in a tree and they didn't have to really
and it was eye level and a bright color. And then on top of that, I was like, when it's dark in Fiji, you can't see a thing.
Girl, I was going to ask that same question thank you for telling me that, because I was like, who the fuck gave her a flashlight to read the clue in the dark? Because it's impossible. I feel like she would need to go to a fire and be like.
Exactly. I was like, when she first got up in the middle of the night, I'm like, okay, maybe she can be like, because after a while, you know your path, you know where the tree,
Of course.
So, like, she could probably find the tree. But in terms of digging, I was like, how's she going to find it? I was like, oh, it's a big ass box. She'll fill it. But there's no way you can read that little bitty paper. And so my only thought is maybe the light of the camera, and she was able to read it a little bit that way, or maybe she just took it and looked.
No, it was definitely light of the camera, as you said.
I was like, it's pitch black.
Girl, you've been in Fiji.
Where I feel like they're at my same beach. But I don't know, because I try not to look too closely because I don't want to bring up I don't know.
Okay. Yep, I get it. Girl, I get it. Listen, if PTSD kicks in, this is how my PTSD kicks in. When it's time for them to drop the cast of BB26, I get so nervous because I go, oh my God, please don't let it be anyone I know. Please don't let it be no one I dated. Please don't let it be any of my enemies. Please, I be begging. I be so nervous. It gives me, that's when I get the most PTSD. Like when it's time to drop the cast. It's the unknowing of who's going to be there. And the last thing I need is be giving one of my haters a platform they don't deserve. That's what always kills me. I get serious PTSD around time for dropping. Yeah.
Are you thinking like your haters in terms of people that you've gotten to know through the Big Brother process?
No. Just like people, just people in my past, or people that like maybe exes. Like I'm just like,
But why would
girl.
your ex be on Big Brother?
Girl, I don't know. I just get worried, girl, because a lot of people, everybody wants to be on TV. So I'm always worried. I'm worried like any of my, old friends that might, that I'm not friends with and people like that or
Got
that
you.
might say bad things about me. I'm like, don't give them a platform.
Oh, so that means you got some skeletons in that
Girl, I ain't got
closet.
no skeletons. I just got motherfuckers that are coming
Mm.
after me and I gotta be ready at all time like a sniper.
Got you.
Like, bitch.
Got you. Got you.
So yes, but other than that, okay. So we cut to Nami tribe. Hunter goes into this whole MacGyver thing. I know you love you a good man's planer type of guy. So Hunter goes into his MacGyver thing. I just want to say that he's very handsy, which obviously is great. Good skills to
I
go
know
into
that's
Survivor
cool.
with.
Yeah.
He also turned down. I want to know your thoughts about this. He turned down being a doctor to be a teacher. What the hell is that?
Honestly, the thing that stuck out to me about Hunter's background was less about him turning down the doctor thing and more about how many damn survivor puzzles and challenges he had all in his house. Did you see that?
I
And I was
did.
like, this is what gives me PTSD. Lord, please don't let me go back on Survivor with a tri mate like that. Because unless he's on my side. Because I could practice puzzles every day until I ever go back on if I ever got a chance to go back. And I would never be at the level of him building challenges in my garage.
I hope that you do go back, and I will say I'm hoping that Survivor 50 is going to be an all-star season. I'm
I'm hoping
praying.
it too.
I am praying to God, and I hope that you do go back. Trust me.
Woo! Woo! I'm praying too. I'm praying too. Although
Ah,
I'm nervous because my PTSD is who they might bring back with me.
girl, I get that because I damn sure know if Big Brother does an All Stars 30 and they don't call me, it's all fucking rigged, plain and simple. They should know to call me back, okay? But
But about his medical school thing, I will
yeah,
say, I honestly, I get it. I get it. I mean, like, sometimes you give up the thing that seems the most prestigious to do what's in your heart. And that's kind of what I've been, like, talking about on my journey, too, is I was a corporate lawyer before I was a civil rights lawyer, which means I was making a ton of money at top law
yeah.
firms, and I gave it all up because that wasn't my passion. That wasn't what I really cared about. So I could see it. I thought it was really endearing.
I get that. Yeah, no, I guess. I mean, I'm all about the money. So,
Yeah, I
I mean, I love kids. I work with kids my whole entire life. So I could understand, like, it was a lot for me to go from working with kids from elementary and high school to now go work with adults. And it was a big change for me. So I
Okay,
get that.
gotcha.
If he loves kids and he loves working in that
Yeah.
environment, I get it. Venus, also says to Randon that she believes Hunter's a threat. She can see through it. She's seen this type of player, all that type of stuff. Then we cut to Randon. Randon woke up with his left arm
Oh,
being
right.
numb, and he slept on the wrong side, or I guess they slept somewhere else because of the rain. I don't know if you can kind of go into that. Like, did they move to a area that, like, usually you sleep on the sand, right?
I honestly, no, you usually sleep in your shelter. And the way that he
Okay.
described it, I thought that he had slept in his shelter. And that he rolled his arm on the bamboo, that he was sleeping on the bamboo.
Okay. So that was probably not good. Are you supposed to lay flat on the bamboo, I'm guessing?
I mean, there's no supposed to, right? But like the bamboo is hard, and it's hard to get comfortable on bamboo. And
Yeah.
because you have multiple logs of bamboo and then multiple
Yeah.
people laying on it, when different people roll and move, then all the logs roll and move underneath. So you got hard ass logs of bamboo rolling like literally when I left Survivor, I still have to get physical therapy on my shoulders because of sleeping on the bamboo. Like it will mess you up. So like when he said it, I was like that.
Girl, they Survivor should be sending y'all some temporary beds or something. They owe y'all some beds. Y'all should have some good, nice gel beds.
The reason we go is because we're ready to thug it out.
Oh, I ain't never gonna thug it out because my ass loves sleeping on my shoulder, and I
And
know
I was
my.
gonna say, I look at y'all and I said, I was like, wow, hats off to y'all because I could never be inside a house for that damn long.
That's the
Yeah.
crazy part, being cut off from the outside for like 2 weeks. No outside, 2 weeks, just stuck inside, no
Yeah.
music, no nothing. But we get to, so I'm a fast forward. We get to the immunity challenge. As Jeff was saying, come on in, Come on. Because he kills me, okay? Now, I'm going to try to just go over this challenge real quick. Okay. So they have to get themselves over a barrel, okay, in the water. Once they get over the barrel, they're going to climb a net. Then once they climb the net, they're going to dig for a sandbag. And I like to say that the platform is like a spiraling stairs that they have to get the sandbags, about 5 of them, on each stair, okay? This challenge, getting them over the barrel, looked very difficult and also scary when you're in the water.
Yeah,
okay?
I was thinking that.
Yes. Now, the people who had to sit out was Maria and Jamila on the green tribe, Randy and Soda on the orange tribe. Okay?
Details? Dang!
Listen, I got a lot of competition out here. I gotta, I gotta make sure. I'm trying to make sure the viewers know what's going on. I might get everything wrong name-wise, but girl.
No, you got it all right.
Okay, so Siga is the first one to get their team over the barrel, okay? I love that, Siga was very quick with it. I don't know how, but they were very quick with it. Then Yanyu comes in. Yanyu was coming in second. I was hype. Then Trevor and Hunter, I want to point this out. Trevor and Hunter did this double team, like they was on the gymnastics. Hold on to my feet, and we're gonna pull both of you over.
I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, when one person goes over, if somebody could just grab their ankles and go over with them, there's no need. It doesn't have to be one at a time. So when they did that, I was like, yes.
Bro, you know how it is. But you know how it is when you're there. You're not really. When you're in the challenges, you're not thinking as much, you would think.
I wouldn't know because we won all of our challenges, all pre-merge. So I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Victoria said, no, I don't even know what losing is because I've never lost until I got to fourth place.
I had to do it on my own.
But even when I had to do it on my own, I still got a bag. No. Okay, so where was I? I'm so sorry. Okay, so Hunter. Okay, we're gonna get right to it. Hunter gets up there, and like you said, with him having these challenges in his house, because he's not playing. He's really not playing. He gets up there and throws the first, second, third, fourth, fifth bag and wins it for their team.
Really? I didn't even realize that.
He threw all the bags.
Wow. Okay, Hunter.
Yes. So he killed it with winning the bag. So Nami is obviously, they win again. They come in first place again at all the time, okay? Now Benyu, Benyu is trying to get his tribe to win. Charlie is trying to get his tribe to win. Then it comes down to Charlie and Q. Tiffany kind of tagged in here and there, and she did as much as she can. She probably did about 2 or 3 of them, and then Q tried. It came down to the last one, and Charlie got it right before Q got it, and that means that, Yanyu is going back into... Once again. And I actually screamed. I was so pissed because here's my thing. The little petty in me, the one who loves drama and loves chaos.
Okay.
This is why I love reality TV. Is the fact that I need all 4 of them. From Yanyu, these 4, even I wish Jess was still there. Yeah. I need these chaotic people to make the merge. To bring more to over here. Because can I be honest?
Yeah.
Siga, the Green Tribe, girl.
She's safe.
They can all go home for all I care. I just need this.
But isn't Soda on Siga? Is Soda
No. She's on Nami.
Oh, who's on? Yeah, I see what you mean though.
Girl, I'll tell you who's on Siga. You tell me. Tell me if you're impressed. Jamila, Maria, Myra, Tim, Charlie, Ben.
Okay.
Yeah, not memorable, like you said. Yep, it already tells you don't even know, right?
No, but you also, what I think happens too, when you are winning, you aren't on the screen as much. So, like, for example, our tribe won so much. Like, we won everything before the merge. And so no one knows all of the intricacies of our tribe dynamics and how things were going, right? Like, people only know about me and Bruce because it was like I kept talking about it. But most of those relationships you don't really know about because They're winning. So I think maybe that's what's happening with this tribe is that maybe they're winning, so we're not seeing so much of them. And then
But
when
we
we
see
do
a lot
see
of
them,
Nami. Like I know
yeah,
about I know about Venus. I know about
true. Yeah, that's
soda.
true.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, that's true.
It's giving boredom. It's giving boredom. It's giving. I'm so pissed. I wish they would have lost. Okay,
Damn.
I'm sorry. I can't. I can't. I
I
love.
respect it.
Listen. I love chaos. You
I get
know,
it.
that's the reason why I went on TV to cause chaos. You know?
Really?
Yes. I love
That's how you look.
drama. I love entertainment drama. Yes,
Oh
absolutely.
damn! See, we had completely different thoughts. I was like, I want to be as quiet as a mouse, get in here and get this money and get out before they even notice.
No, because here's the thing. I will be quiet in a different way. I love causing let's stir the pot. And then sit back and light the fire
And
and
then
they
see
go,
what happens.
girl, who lit this fire?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah, I love
God,
it.
who did this? And then I love getting my
I
green
can't
screen.
believe it! Oh my god!
God. Oh my God. Did you? I saw who did it actually. And it actually was Ashley's ass over there. Like, yes, I'm that
Saying the
bitch.
wrong names and everything. Yeah, yeah, I get it. I get
That's the
it.
wrong name. So, okay, so let me get to it. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, so, of course, Konami won. They get a chance to pick who's going to go on the journey. Benyu, Liz, and Ben goes on the journey. Now, you
Is
know,
it Ben you? Or is it Ben?
isn't it? No, Benyu, Ben, and Liz. Or
Oh.
Banyu, Liz, and
Banyu. Yeah, I was like, who is Benyu? See? Now look, Banyu is too big of a deal in this episode. We gotta get Banyu right.
we got to get Banyu right. You're right. I'm sorry, Banyu. I'm sorry. Okay, so Banyu, Liz, and Ben get picked to go on the journey. Okay. We cut back to the Purple Drive. Q tells, Tiffany and Kinsey to vote him out. He's having this whole come to Jesus save
Girl.
moment. And Tiffany say, give me a fucking break.
I'm in love with Tiffany. I'm obsessed with Tiffany.
I'm obsessed with Tiffany.
And I called it. I knew Q was going to be this hard on himself. I
You
felt
knew
it.
that?
I not way before, but in this episode, the way he was acting when they got back, and I was like, this wasn't even like a clear, like, oh, you dropped the ball or you really let us down. Like this was just kind of luck. Like whoever could get it up there, get it up there, and those things are really difficult. And but he kept pushing about it, and I was like, he's taking this so hard to where I can tell that his life as being an athlete and star and all of that has been a result of him putting tremendous pressure on himself or other people having put tremendous pressure on himself and him feeling like he has to rise to that level, which is good because he has and he's done it and he's well accomplished. But also it kind of felt a little sad for me to see that because it felt like I wanted to just hug him and be like, baby, you don't gotta be perfect all the time. Like, sometimes the challenge is just lost because the challenge is just lost. It's not on
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah.
certainly not enough to say, vote me out. I'm like, what are these people doing?
Listen, I really think because, like you said, when you grow up in that type of lifestyle, like I know what it's like. I went to school with all boys at a military school. Their dads were super hard on them and sports and things like that. And I know what it. I've seen how they act if they fail or don't lose a game, and they're very competitive. And it's like their honor. Like I fall. You stay. I did wrong, and I got to make up for my
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
And some people might think like, which I don't think it's just a flaw that a lot of people have if you grew up in that type of
yeah,
household or
yeah,
sport type of
yeah.
athlete type of thing. So I just love Tiffany just being our homegirl. Cause let me tell you something. Tiffany
I
is
love
just
her. I love
I'm
her.
obsessed, man. I'd never. She be saying everything I need to say. Listen, and she first said. Do you remember when she said, calm down. You're making the block hot. That killed
Exactly,
me. And
exactly.
now she just said, give me a fucking break, okay?
Yeah,
With this whole
exactly,
act,
exactly.
okay? So Liz and Ben, I'm sorry, Liz and Ben and Banyu are at the island, and they have to they give Banyu a prep talk, okay? They're like, hey, what's going on at the tribe? What's going on?
Which
This,
I thought it was so smart of them.
Very
because
smart.
we see when you go on a journey with different people from different tribes, especially those early stages where you don't really know what the vibe is, it's usually like a hi, but like I still got my guard up. And I feel like they ended that journey in a way. I mean, obviously Banyu was having a meltdown, but like they approached it in a way where it was really like, let's all connect. Hi, like they knew he was on a tribe that just lost. They knew he was going back to tribal council for the fourth time in a row, and they were like, "Hey, by the way, like we see you. You're working hard." And I was like, that was really good on Ben and Liz to do because, I mean, I don't think that Banyu is like excluded from his tribe per se, but I definitely think he's obviously on the bottom. But as somebody who was on the bottom of my tribe, like when other people are like, "Hi, how's it going? Look, we think you're doing a great job." You're okay. You're like, "I'm coming to y'all." Like you want to give them everything.
Of course, of course.
And
It's
then,
hard.
yeah.
Girl, let me tell you something. He went from I need this. You guys don't understand what's happening to me. Tiffany and Kira working together. They're like best of friends. And then you have Mackenzie, who's the leader. She's like leading everything because she's so smart. You guys don't understand. I just have to be here. I have to be here. It means everything to. Like, let me tell you something. Whoever cast him, thank you. Because I have been loving that. He's so unhinged.
Yeah.
It is everything. And I love seeing the passion that he is going. I'm sorry, maybe because I'm evil. I love seeing the passion that he is going through, but I know how badly he wants to be here. So they have to play this game of rocks.
I mean, I think that he's here's the thing, like, right? An unhinged player is amazing if you're sure you can control them. If you could be the one to say, okay, but when you're with me, we do this and you don't do that, and they follow it, and like their unhingedness isn't going to be a liability. Banyu is a liability because even though Q has him and he will follow and do what Q says, this meltdown showed like no real I would say like survivor gameplay. Like there was no like, but let me hold a little bit back, or like let me like it was like everything. And like as someone who's given away the whole store and told everybody about it, you still hold a little bit back, right? Like you just met them. This was like 5 minutes after meeting them. We all on the ground together, like squatting down. They had to leave the challenge to squat down to cry with him. And I was like, ooh, he's such a liability. Now I'm deathly afraid that two of these amazing black players, who I'm also like kind of killing it, they're going to have major targets on their back when they get to the merge. Because every single player in the entire game now knows that they're together and working together and are a threat.
You are right about that, and that's the it's and now that you put it that way, I also wasn't thinking that way. It does suck because of course now they're gonna have to clean up and figure things out. But the best way is that if they can all four of them magically make it to the merge, I know. If all four of them magically can make it to the merge, throw Kenzie's ass underneath the bus and give them somebody from your tribe to help, and then everything else would just spurt. And then hopefully, if what's her name is still there, Venus, that's who you snag to try to get people on her tribe to start taking each other out. Now, they cut to where they got to pick rocks. You know, the two blue rocks get an opportunity to play for an advantage. The white rock obviously goes back to tribal. I'm sorry, not back tribal, back to camp. It looks like Ben and Banyu, they are the two that get the blue rocks and stuff. Did I say wrong again?
No, it's just so cute because I can tell that you're like so serious about it now.
yeah, because I don't want to mess it up. I feel so bad. It's the one thing that Tiffany's always yelling at me. She's like, "Don't mess up people's names. It's so unprofessional. How would you feel if someone messed up your name?" And I was like, "Well, my name's very simple."
Yeah.
But no, I really do try to work on it. Okay. So they have to put these blocks in a square. Okay. Um, of course, they don't get it in the time. So now, but watching Banyu just have this total melt breakdown. Baby, I feel like I'm watching soaps at this point. Like, this is so dramatic, and I'm living for it. He is crying. He is, Lord, please, God, please. Like, he is having a whole, like, this is just, that you can't write this shit. You cannot write
When
this
I'm
shit.
watching it, I'm literally so I'm torn, right? Because I'm torn between being a Survivor player
Of
and a
course.
Survivor fan.
Yes.
And the fan in me is like, get it together. These are simple parts of Survivor. What is wrong with you, right? Like, I want to be like, suck it up, like get it. Like, I
Yes.
want him to get it together because he's literally at such a meltdown,
Yeah.
and I really don't like this. I didn't come here to win $1 million. I came here to win 1 million hearts.
Baby, I just have that right in my notes. I said I didn't come here.
I
What
was
did
like,
you?
hell no. I literally said the opposite. When I came there, I was like, I'm only here for one thing. I don't want to make anybody. But no. So doing that bothers me as a fan. But as a player, I will say emotions hit 10 times harder when you're playing Survivor. It's crazy, especially when you're on the bottom and you don't feel like you have anybody around you, and you're stressed and you're nervous and you think you're about to go home, and like, you know what I mean? Like, and so I
Yeah.
just feel like he just hasn't had all of those compounding stressful emotions on him all at once. And it's a lot to handle, and he's clearly not handling it well.
Yeah, he really can't handle it, and it's very scary a little bit because now after watching him this episode, I'm just kind of like, how are you going to get through this game of lying? Like, I think people don't understand. I actually said this today, to a friend of mine. I was like, somebody was asking me like, what do you say when you're like auditioning for these shows? And I'm in the process of manifesting. I'm in the process of trying to audition for other things,
Okay.
and try my best to get myself back out there. But the one thing I will say is that I did put on my application, I am a mastermind at manipulation,
Yeah.
and Banyu does not have that. And in this game of Survivor, you have to manipulate. You have to lie. You have to be able to like have a poker face. That's what poker's all about. So baby, when
Yeah.
he gets done this Survivor, somebody take him to Vegas and go play poker. Since he don't care about
No.
the money. Yes, no, yes,
I
yes.
feel like something he's gonna lose it all. He can't go play poker.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
let's
you mean
take it
pay
to,
him to take his money?
yes, so then when he like he
He
said,
already have been through a lot.
no, but listen, like he said, I'm not here for the millions. I'm here for the heart. So let's take his money, go play some poker, so he can learn next time. Keep your damn poker face, and maybe you have
Keep
some
your
more.
cards close to your chest, yeah.
Correct, because I'm like, what the hell are you doing? So we're gonna fast forward. Liz and Ben, of course, they go and tell the tribe everything, like you said
Of
earlier,
course,
girl.
of course.
Everything, every detail you can think of. Okay, but I was just a little bit happy that they were more heavy on the Mackenzie part. So I was like, okay, okay,
Do
maybe
you
it
feel
gives a
like
little
they
more.
were? That they were more talking about Kenzie than Q and Tiff?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. See,
What did
I
you
was
think?
nervous about. I wasn't 100% sure because as soon as I heard Q and Tiff are together, all my alarm bells were going off because I was so scared. Because I'm like, they already got the black tax, right? Like, you're gonna naturally just be looked at as a threat anyway by default. And then they actually are threats because they actually are the last
Isn't
remaining.
that crazy that that's a thing?
No, it's not crazy at all.
But I'm just saying, it's like it's sad. It's sad that that's a thing. Like that you
I
go in
feel
these
like
games.
Survivor reflects our society, and
Same
which is
thing with
why
Big Brother. Yeah,
yeah,
all
which
these
is why I get
shows.
so annoyed when people are like, racism couldn't have happened, sexism couldn't have happened, and it's like, so did we suddenly think everybody in the world just changed? Like, are you denying the reality of our world? Of course, if you're a black player or a woman or a person of color, you're gonna have all those things that you get in the real world. Survivor's just, or reality TV, it's just a concentration
Of
of
course.
everything in the world. But because they have that on them and their threats, and they're in this tribe that's dwindling down, which means if they do get to the merge, it's probably going to be Tiff and Q left or Tiff and Kenzie left, right? And so the fact that they were saying they're together made me
You
so
think
much more nervous
you
for
think they'll
them.
get rid of Q if they lose again?
I was thinking that. I was honestly thinking this time because Tiffany was really not wanting to get rid of Kenzie, which I agree. If I'm Tiffany, I don't want to get rid of Kenzie because Kenzie's close to her.
Right.
And I was like, I wonder if she would be like, hey, Q keeps pushing for me to get rid of Kenzie. And
Yeah.
my number one, we just get rid of Q because really getting rid of Bonnie doesn't mean anything. Like he's not a threat to anybody.
No, Banyu's not. I would keep Banyu just
Exactly. I
for
would
my
keep Bonnie
entertainment.
all the way to the end.
Oh, I will keep him. I would keep him all the way
I
to
would
the end.
sit beside him in the final three and say, this guy said that he was not here for $1 million. He's here for 1,000,000 hearts. And he broke down on day 7. You know,
Girl, I would have kept him for all the wrong reasons. I would have kept him to cause chaos. I would say, Banyu, I just talked to Soda and the rest of them, and they're coming for you. I just talked to so and so, and they are coming. You have to make a scene tonight. You have to say something. Like I
oh,
would,
but that's
Banyu.
brilliant. I
I
love
need
it.
a. I would have loved to have a Banyu and Big Brother. It would have made just so much my experience even better
Yeah.
than what it was because I would have been causing chaos and
Yeah.
I would have been like, Banyu,
I
listen.
love
I'm
that.
paranoid. Let me tell you what we need to do. This
And then
vote
he
has
picks
to
it
flip.
right up, and he's paranoid right along with you, and probably
Yes,
higher. Yeah.
even higher, girl. I laugh. Oh my God, girl, I laughed the whole time. I laughed so hard during this episode. But let me keep going
I
because
didn't laugh. I was more concerned. I was a little
because
bit
that's
like,
because you played the game. That's why. And
oh, maybe.
yeah,
Yeah, my heart
girl.
was kind of going out for Banu. I was like, oh.
But you're also fresh off a season, so those feelings will go away. I'll give you about another maybe year and a half, and then you'll be over here with me on the petty land when you
That
sit here.
long?
I'll say a year and a half. Yeah.
Damn, okay.
Yep. Maybe I would say we probably got 47 this fall, and then
Yeah.
48. I would say when you get to 48,
Oh, by
girl.
48, I'll be good. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
come over here and we could be petty
Yeah,
together, girl.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
be petty,
I can be happy
cracking
about 48.
jokes. Yes. Okay. So let me see here. We get back to Yanyu, Purple Tribe. Of course, Banyu comes back. He tells the tribe that he had the white vote. Yeah, girl, you look good. You serving, girl.
Oh, thank you.
Let's take a moment for your serve, honey.
No, don't.
You
I don't
giving
need
us
mercy.
glistening and everything. You giving us glisten. You got the things out. I'm over here like let me get
I'm
let me
trying
get
not
my
to hold too much,
let
but
me get my things out.
it says you got it.
Flaunt it and show it, okay? So, he goes back to the tribe. He tells them, Banyu's like, of course, I pulled the white rock. He doesn't want to tell the girls. He doesn't really trust Tiffany. He doesn't trust Mackenzie, but he trusts his coach, as he called him. Yes, coach. Yes, coach. Yes, coach. Yes, coach. Yes, he said, okay? To Q. So Q's like, I'm coming up with this plan to try to save you, all this type of stuff. So Q goes back. He tells Tiffany, hey, we really need to keep Kenzie. He does give Tiffany valid reasons, which I understand his reasons because he's on Kenzie and everything he's saying is right about Kenzie because of how she's playing.
Everything he's saying is right.
Everything
agree.
is saying.
But he's got to be careful because it doesn't matter how right he is about Kenzie if what he's saying doesn't apply to Tiff because he's pitching it to Tiff and Tiff is like, I get it. That's
Well,
true.
Katora, what would you do, girl? What would you do, Katora? What would you do?
If I'm who?
If you're Tiffany in this moment, what would you do?
Don't get rid of Kenzie because Kenzie's loyal to Tiffany. He's
To
right.
what extent, though?
I agree, but she's not gonna drop her now, not for a minute.
But do you not think that Q's more loyal to Tiffany? Because I feel like Q is way more loyal to Tiffany because of the way that he talks with Tiffany. The way that he talks reminds me of like how I talk with Azza when I was like, this is my trustee. I'm telling you what's going on. So I mean,
I think he is close to her. I think they're like close for real. But here's the thing. If I'm Tiffany, I'm gonna do exactly what Tiffany did, which is I'm gonna try to get out Banu right now because it doesn't make sense for her to lose either Kenzie or Q. Yeah, Q might be a little bit more closer to her, but Kenzie's right there. Like she views her as a real ally. And if you have somebody who views you as a real ally, you don't want to let them go this early. Now I agree. I would say between Kenzie and Q, I could see Kenzie turning on Tiffany before Q turns on her.
Because let me tell you, if Kenzie gets to that merge and she finds out people coming after her, she's gonna say, "You gotta get rid of Q and Tiffany. They're the ones working together, not me. Yeah, exactly. I'm the hairstylist who does everyone's hair, I'm everyone's sons."
She'll be received better than them too, just by default.
That's what I'm thinking. Now. We cut to, Randy. Unfortunately, Randy gets pulled from the game. He gets told, that he cannot play no more. Also, he goes home with a advantage in his pocket, if I'm correct. I think he had an immunity, right? What did he have?
So here's the thing. I missed totally what happened, but didn't he hug Venus and say something about the advantage?
No, he didn't. He didn't say anything about the advantage. Nothing.
Like I don't know. I mean, I've never had this situation. I didn't get an advantage, but I don't think there's a rule against you saying give this to my person, to my ally.
No, because the way she edited, because she was saying, she was like, "Damn, I'm losing a person that's going home that I trusted with an advantage in their pocket."
I was like, why would you not give this to her?
Because he probably didn't think he was going to go. But if I would have saw Jeff walking up, I would have been like, "Girl, here." Or I would have asked for it. I'd been like, "Excuse me."
He hugged her after Jeff said, "You're leaving." Then they hugged. I'm pretty sure.
They did hug, but he didn't give her anything.
Quick...
Yeah, I don't know what these people playing. Because I would have hugged and been like, "Oh, let me grab in your pockets."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they were doing. So I feel...
Can we talk about how sad it is that he got medically evacuated? That
sucks.
Yeah,
I can't imagine going through all that, traveling. I know it's a hard process for you guys. Vaccinations you have to get.
As simple as laying on the bamboo wrong and your arm is like all of that. You know what I mean? And I bet he'll get an MRI and it'll be like, yeah, you're fine. But you just can't take the risk because you just don't know. And I'm like, damn, that sucks.
It definitely does suck. I can't imagine. Listen, it could have been me because I would have been like, no.
Yeah,
I would really no. Because I'm thinking in my head, at some point, I would have been just taking my time, stretching it out, sleeping on the sand, I guess. Yeah. Because there's no way. But you know what? It's scary, of course, when you talk about a disc. You're talking about your disc that could maybe, you never know, make you paralyzed. But to fast forward, I mean, it was great to see, which I'm very happy they did that. They showed us what he looked like, in present time, telling us that he let us know everything's okay. Yeah, right. Yeah. But it just, I hate when people have to go out that way. I'd rather for you to...
biggest consideration when I was going into the game, my friends were like, before I went in, I was like, what is the number one thing you need to tell me? Like, people who know me. And they were like, you were clumsy. Avoid the damn machetes. And I was like, not trying to get medically evacuated. Cause it just...
Not the machetes. Not she was going to cut herself.
Oh, I mean, I was afraid the whole time about those machetes. I'm a tripper. I trip, I fall, I drop stuff. My hands are big. My feet are big. And just... multiple machetes around camp, I was like, step back. Yeah, so most of the time I didn't even touch them.
Now, Banyu this whole episode was praying to the Lord, praying to God, asking for a sign, asking for a miracle. Jeff does go to the Purple Tribe and let them know that, Randy has been removed from the game because of medical reasons, so no one will be going home. And they jumping for joy. They're so happy.
When he said that, I was screaming. I was like, this is the miracle he was looking for.
This is the miracle. And I'm shocked. I'm not going to lie. I was really shocked. I wasn't seeing that coming because I wasn't paying attention to time. But I should have knew something had to be up because of the time of the episode. But I will say it looks like... going into next week, there is going to be some more things spilled, so I cannot wait to see. But, I mean, let me ask you this. Your experience as a whole, How do you feel? I want to know your experience.
For this episode or
For this episode, yes, for this episode, Survivor in general, how do you feel about this episode? And does it remind you of anything you went through?
I think this episode was way better than last week's episode. Last week's episode felt so long to me, and I knew it was like 2 hours, and this was only 90 minutes, but I was thinking, if it's 2 hours, some crazy stuff has got to happen, and nothing crazy happened. Like, it didn't need to be 2 hours. There was like a whole 10 minutes about Taylor Swift songs or something like that. And I was like, good God almighty, like, this is really...
Hit her again for me. Hit her again for me. Hit her again for me, girl. Because I don't know why they made it 2 hours either. Yeah. I'm so glad we're back to... I couldn't be more happy when they said, Amazing Race is back. I said, yes, go back to an hour and a half.
Back to regular 90 minutes. Like, we don't need to mess with the formula. So I really like this episode. I like that we got to see more of Banu and, like, his character, because I feel like either he's going to be voted out if Yanu wins next. He'll be the next one voted out, which doesn't feel likely. I feel like almost that Q might be able to convince Tiffany, or something will happen where one of those three are going, because he's so obviously not a threat, and now we're going to be getting closer and closer to merge time, or he's going to get taken all the way to the end. And so I'm glad that we're getting to see more of his character. It wasn't like knock me over my feet amazing episode, but like it was a good episode, and it made me fall in love with Tiffany even harder than I already was. It made me really respect Q and see a little bit more of his complexity. I like it when we can see people's complexity, right? I like it when we get to know who the full characters are. Congrats on Jim for getting that idol. Like it was some cool moments in the episode.
But you know what? You were such a lawyer. I just love hearing you talk. I should have just shut the fuck up this whole episode and let you recap, because I was so memorized just the way you were talking. You said complexity. Is that what you said?
Yeah, right.
The complexity of this episode was just so complexity, and just how the complexity of these players.
Oh my God.
I love it. I love it, Couture. I love it. I love it. Okay, so what is up for you next? What's going on before we close out this episode? Because this was such a pleasure. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy Wednesday night to sit down with me. This was so much fun, and it's gonna be hard to top this one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, this is a lot of fun, and I appreciate you letting me come into your space and talk about the show that you did,
right?
And allowing me to recap. Yeah, girl, because this is crazy to me, because I don't know how y'all slept on bamboo sticks, sand, ate bugs. Did y'all have deodorant? Did y'all?
We have nothing.
Oh, girl, that's fine.
We have literally nothing. I will say, in terms of things that's coming up next for me, so what I want to do, because literally right now in March, this is the exact time last year that I was doing all my Survivor prep to go on the show, because we started filming in April. So I have all of this Survivor content, and so now that there's a new season, I'm putting it all out. So I would say subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Oh my God, I'm going to put it in the bio. Please drop everything so everyone can know.
Yes, it's coming. I have literally new videos coming out this next week. I'm going to be talking more about Survivor stuff and giving a lot of Survivor background, but then also, because I only have a short period of time, I want to get all this Survivor stuff out. So I'm also putting out stuff around my story, my background, who I am, things like that. So for example, I'm releasing a video about how I was working at this top New York City law firm, making like $250K, and took a 78% pay cut to do civil rights work. I know, when you said you love money, I was like, you're gonna have to swallow hard for this one. I know, but I became a lawyer.
I'm like the girl from the Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A sauce?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so things like that. There's so many parts of my life that people were like, you're a lawyer, you're a civil rights lawyer, you're a New York lawyer, you're a queer woman, like, you're a cult survivor, like all these pieces. And I don't want to just say a little bit on Survivor and then never happen again. And so what I've been doing is I've been going around the country and speaking and inspiring people and doing motivational speakers and just talking to people about how you can just look at your life and decide what you want it to be and then just make it that. It doesn't even matter where you came from or what your circumstances are. So yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Please, where can they find you at your YouTube channel? Because I'm going to put everything in the bio. Your YouTube,
Yes.
your Instagram. I mean, if you do it on TikTok, girl, you only got a little bit of time, so get it out while you can.
Yeah,
Because
don't manifest that. Hopefully it's not true because you know if they do TikTok, they're gonna come from everything else. But anyway, this country.
But where can they follow you on your YouTube?
On YouTube, I'm just at Katura Tops. And I'm actually
Katura
at
Tops.
Katura Tops everywhere except Instagram. On Instagram, I'm Haute Couture. Just because that was just too good to give away. I could, Haute Couture, you know.
Oh, Katura.
It's energy. It's,
I love it. You see how it's very
I was going to say, you literally are like, ooh.
giving. Oh,
I can
Katura.
see you wanting to touch yourself.
Yes, it's so everything. Listen, Katura, this has been such a pleasure. I know I went way over my time. I appreciate you giving me your time. Listen, there's so much I've learned about you just in this one setting, and it means the world to me because every time we see each other, I know we're always like, oh my God, we got to catch up. We got to get to know each other. But I learned so much about you. And like now I'm like, I'm adding Couture to my people of list that I need to like make sure I look up to because to be a powerful Black woman, to be an activist, to be a motivation speaker, to be somebody who actually is making a word and making acknowledgement to things that are not being seen and being a voice for so many people. There's so many people that can relate to you, and I want you to continue doing what you're doing. So thank you. So
much.
please, I hope people come and follow you. If not, I'm going to take the time right now to make sure I go subscribe to your channel. I think that I'm really happy. If you need any help, might need some help with some editing or some advice, please reach out to me. I will help you at any time. I appreciate you doing this for me. And guys, this was a fun episode. Shout out to Benyu to win Survivor 46. He is the chaos mess that I'm here for, and I cannot wait to see what he does next week. Thank you so much, Queen.
Thank you,
are
Big D,
beautiful.
for having me. I love
Thank
you.
I love you. Wait, when are we going to see you again? I guess in New York?
Are you doing a Survivor watch party anytime soon?
I'm going to go to the one in Pittsburgh. I'm going to go to that one for the basketball event. That's really low-key and a lot of fun. I will say that because I don't know why. Something about Pittsburgh, when we get together, it's like it feels like we're like all in college again. Like we get really I don't know why, we get really drunk in Pittsburgh. Like I don't know. I think it's because maybe it's because it's so low-key and we don't feel the pressure of so many people. So I'll get a chance to see Heidi, of course. And then I love Heidi.
I've never been to Pittsburgh before.
It's not all that. It's just.
It's low key.
It's low key, but I mean, if you want to go, you can more than welcome catch a ride with me.
Text me and we'll find a time because.
Okay, and then I'm going to Chicago.
More. I'm definitely doing Chicago.
You're going to Chicago?
Yes. Wait, are you doing Bryce and Wynn or are you doing
Yes.
RKP?
No, I didn't know about Rob's one in Chicago.
Okay.
I'm doing Bryce and Wynn. I think you're doing Rob's, right?
I don't know, but I've told people I'm doing Chicago before I knew there were two. So I will just check.
We'll just have to
one. Yeah.
See what happens.
Text
Okay.
me, we'll figure it out. I love you.
I love you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.